Hey, Life Group leaders, this is your weekly sermon rundown video. This is aimed to equip you with everything you need to lead your life group. So here we go. The sermon this week is about when God does not make sense. We all go through times in our life when it feels like God does not make sense. We're often confronted with issues and we do not know what to do. Maybe you're struggling with doubt or an insecurity or an issue at work, and you've cried out to God, and you just feel like maybe He's not there. It feels like maybe He's not answering you. Well, the big idea this week, going along with that topic, is this: be still and know that God is God. To give you a little bit of context to the sermon this week, we are in Exodus chapter 14. And as a side note, if you have time to go back and read a few chapters before to get a good context of Exodus, that might be really helpful. But Exodus chapter 14, the people of Israel had been slaves in Egypt for about 400 years. And God used Moses to lead them out with all those mighty acts with Pharaoh. And he leads them out of Egypt on their way to the promised land, and they come up against the Red Sea. When they're at the Red Sea, they notice that the Egyptian army is chasing them, and they're very scared because they are a ragtag group of people, slightly unorganized, and here comes the largest military in the world to wipe them off the face of the earth, or at least return them back into slavery. And so they cry out to God, they cry out to Moses, and they're complaining about their context, and we know what happens next. God ends up parting the Red Sea for them to walk through. So they were in a situation where things did not make sense, but God just glorifies Himself through this mighty miracle. And God may not be parting an exact Red Sea for us or for our small group, but He does do many small miracles in our life. And the challenge is for us to go to God when things do not make sense. Be still, just be quiet for a moment. Be still and reach out to God and allow Him to be glorified and be on His throne and move in a way maybe you or your group did not expect. So again, that's Exodus chapter 14. I'd encourage you to go back and read it first just to get a good context. A couple of quick announcements. Bonfire Saturday, February 8th for life groups. We hope you come to that. Also, worship and prayer night the next Sunday, the next weekend, the next Sunday, February 16th, worship and prayer night for life groups. We hope to see you there. Have a great week.